So after making a video about VeVe and talking about me going into other topics, this happens. Meta opening NFT sharing on IG and Facebook to all users. Let's go what's happening here. Let's go through what's happening here and have a think about what it might mean. Users in the US can now connect their crypto wallets to IG as part of the app's new digital collectible feature, which the tech giant has been testing since May. ECOMI on Twitter actually retweeted this, so clearly they're very bullish on this. Okay. NFTs have finally arrived on IG after parent company Meta announced Thursday the long-awaited arrival of its digital collectible feature to its millions of users in the US. NFT functionality on IG has been testing since May, but on Thursday it became available to every user in the US. Users can connect wallets from Coinbase, Apple Labs, MetaMask, Rainbow, and Trust to IG. IGs can also cross-post NFTs to their Facebook accounts, according to a blog post. The blog post saying, "Today we're announcing everyone on Facebook and IG in the US can now connect their wallets and share digital collectibles. Additionally, everyone in the 100 countries where digital collectibles are available on Instagram can now access the feature." Okay. So, where do we start with this? Well, I'm thinking about the socials which are being mentioned here. And of course, they're going to be Meta's socials. So that's going to be Facebook and IG. Now, the way I'm thinking about this, as far as I think a lot of us are thinking about, what does this mean for scale? Because that's what this means, right? Is scaling NFTs, Web3 products to a larger community, a larger customer base, etc. Well, Facebook is on the decline at the moment as far as user base, I'm pretty sure, right? IG is doing better, especially amongst the youth. But what I think about when it comes to scale is generally starting off with bringing the new products to younger people so that they're used to it, and then they basically, throughout their life, have some sort of either allegiance to it or at the very least have some level of suitability with it. Think about, for example, Facebook, right? It started off with young people, then they did their thing, then it aged up. When you think about influencing, it's generally coming from the young people and then going up. So I think IG, with its organic reach on Reels, although I hear that that's definitely turning down a bit now, realistically, the platforms that have the cultural relevancy are going to be YouTube, for sure, which they're rolling out NFT experiences, I guess. Well, they've said that they're bullish on it, so I assume that that's next year that we start seeing more from them. And TikTok, Twitch as well a little bit, but they're going to be on the decline within the next decade. Anyway, IG actually did put a post out about this. This was on May 10, but it's got some key takeaways and it has been updated today. So essentially, takeaways are: starting this week on IG. Forget about starting this week. We're testing digital collectibles with select US creators and collectors to share NFTs that they have created or bought. The feature includes connecting a digital wallet, sharing digital collectibles, and automatically tagging the creator and collector. There will be no fees associated with posting or sharing digital collectible on Instagram. Okay. So what's going to be important here as well is what Facebook and IG are doing here is hosting a conversation. That's what they're attempting to do here. They're trying to host a conversation. And in order to host a conversation, you need to sort of make that conversation as seamless as possible by integrating through their technology, people being able to share their NFTs seamlessly. Yeah. So that's that. Now, realistically, what's also the other half of that equation isn't just hosting the conversation, it's more mainstream use of these products from creators and companies. What I'm getting at here is companies like VeVe, for example. They are sort of towards the lead, which in itself is slightly worrying, or not worrying, but it shows us the cadence at which we're headed, which is relatively slow. Which, if you're an investor, and none of this is financial advice ever, but generally for investors, most people, are in for the long run, even if, mood swings swing on a short-term basis. A lot of investors obviously say, I'm in it for the long run, I'm not day trading, etc. I mean, some people day trade and that's fine, whatever. What I'm getting at here, though, is that right now there's still just not enough product for the host for it to even really be fully worth it, I don't think. Because currently, still, it's so speculative. I'm still waiting on the product to be super beneficial to both the consumer and the developer, both in gaming and outside of gaming. And I'm not saying that can't happen. It sounds like maybe it might sound like I'm naysaying it. I'm not. I'm saying we're not there yet. And I think many of us know that by now. We're just not there yet. You know, I was talking to a friend recently about NFTs being sold by certain soccer players, football players, sports stars. And I asked them, the first question I had, I didn't care about anything but how much were they pricing it at? And they were explaining the dollar price, the Ethereum price, whatever. And I thought, bruv, we need to start seeing this being done properly, which to me means, for one, onboarding people with free NFTs, which, yes, it's going to cost the people who are making it, but if you want to start up in an industry that's evolving at the very early stages, you've got to make some trade-offs. For one, making it cheap, affordable, and free so that people aren't putting in money and then being like, oh, I'm going to make a return, because that's what a lot of it is. And also some level of utility, which utility probably is starting to happen a little bit more now. Like we're seeing, obviously, with Gary with his VeFriends thing, there is some level of utility there, and obviously he wants to build on it. But, you know, teams, for example, in gaming, like 100 Thieves, a lot of teams have started out with esports NFTs, and it's just crap. It's, you know, buy our coin or buy our NFT and watch your net worth rise. They don't say that, but that's basically the assumption. 100 Thieves, which is one of the biggest esports teams in the world, I actually spoke with their head of marketing about it a few days afterwards. This is a company that's owned by, like, Drake, the artist, Scooter Braun, who manages Justin Bieber, among others. You know, they put out free NFTs. So what they did was they essentially onboarded over 200,000 people into the NFT ecosystem to have a commemorative League of Legends championship sort of model or whatever. And it was awesome. You know, I claimed one. And a lot of people who weren't previously in the NFT space gave it a go because it was free. It wasn't a problem. But that's what we need to see, I think. I think we genuinely need to see better execution of bringing people in, because it's great for you to have the boomer platforms involved, which, like, I'm gonna be honest, that's what Facebook is to, you know, the Gen Z and millennials. No, like, people do use Facebook. I'm not going to say no one does, but not many people use it relative to the other platforms, and that's what matters here. So I'll be interested to see, like, YouTube get into it. IG, like I say, that their biggest thing right now, and this is from a content creation point of view, is Reels, and that has seen organic reach, so that's cool. But the whole point of underpriced attention when it comes to, like, TikTok and stuff is the number of users to the number of content creators and posts that are being put out, and IG just isn't underpriced anymore, you know, relative to social media. TikTok is still underpriced. It'll probably be underpriced for another, like, 12 to 18 months. YouTube is just the king/queen of the entire social media ecosystem, just hands down, without a doubt. And, you know, Susan Wojcicki, who is the CEO, she's made it clear she hasn't said that she's bullish on her own investments by any means, but they've made it clear, YouTube has made it clear that they are going into Web3. Obviously, because they have to, they don't really have a choice. It is, you know, with everything I'm saying about it being slow, I'm not saying it's not happening, and I'm not saying it's not the future, but that the moon stuff, you know, I was expecting more to happen by now, and that's not just, you know, that's my own fault. That's my own fault, straight up. I was expecting more to happen. That's my own fault. But, realistically just means that we're in for the long haul, which at this point, if you're watching this YouTube video this long into it, then you're for the long haul, because no one's watching 10 minutes of me talk like this without being in the long haul. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your take. That being said, NFTs, Web3, coming to IG, coming to Facebook. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below.